In Justice League Darkseid War, Batman sat upon the Mobius chair and became the god of knowledge. And two questions he posed to the chair were, who killed my parents? And what is the Joker's real identity? The chair responded to the first one, Joe Chill. Pretty standard question. Pretty standard answer. With the last one, the response we got was not heard. But Batman was like, what? And then at the end of Darkseid War, Hal Jordan poses the question to Batman, what did the chair say? To which Batman responded, it didn't say a name, it just said there were three of them. And everyone's like, what? Because that doesn't, like, how? How have you not noticed there were three Jokers? Like, and for the longest time, that question was not answered. Like, how were there three Jokers? What are the three Jokers? Which one's which? You know, is only one of them really terrible and the other two are pretty chill? Like, you know, does one just throw a rubber chicken at you? You know, did one just do death of the family, death in the family, and the killing joke? Because we can just kill that dude. That one's got to go. And we'll keep the other two. We didn't know. For the longest time, we didn't know. That was at least 4 years ago, I want to say. At least I want to say 4 years ago. And we saw a tease of it in DC Rebirth. We saw that Batman was staring at the computer, going over different faces and whatnot of the Joker. And we thought that might be resolved in Doomsday Clock. No, it was not. Joker's in Doomsday Clock, but they're just like a really, I think, a tease that Joker might be the son of Marionette and Mime. That didn't go anywhere, so scratch that. So now we come to Batman 3 Jokers, and this should be the answer. And the answer seems to be they were made. And maybe that's sort of like a meta commentary, like, you know, Jokers are made, but they want to make a new Joker, and that's their story. But 3 Jokers to me feels like an attempt to sort of address an issue of, you know, where the Joker came from, as well as trying to bookend the relationship that 3 particular heroes, Batman, Batgirl, and Red Hood, have with the Joker. And that makes sense. Out of the entire Bat family, probably even just, you know, the DC Universe main continuity in itself, those 3 would have the closest connection to the Joker. I mean, he's legit ruined their lives. You know, after that, it would be Harley. And Harley and the Joker stories don't quite work for me. I don't know. Worst case scenario, we'll find that one of these Jokers is the one that really loved Harley. Then we're back to Batman White Knight. I just can't. But this story on a sort of character level from the perspective of Batman, Batgirl, and Red Hood, I think is at its best because the 3 Jokers don't really feel like characters sometimes. Or at the very least, you can distinguish which one from the other. You know, one is the comedian, one is the clown, one is the criminal. And they have their own back and forth. The criminal seems to be the one in charge. And there was a sort of like a fun idea going on. They don't quite know which one is which some days. I don't know. But the idea that they're going around trying to find a new Joker to create, I think is an interesting idea. And again, might be a bit of a meta commentary on the Joker. Like, you know, each Joker seems to be a bit different. You know, we're trying to up the scale of the Joker. This is not a story for people like me who are sort of burnt out on the Joker. Because, you know, why? Couldn't this just be like a better idea? Like, you know, all the criminals getting together, like, we got to make a better Batman villain. Because we're tired of this guy. You know, even Bane's there like, I don't really have a way to defeat him. Victory has not defeated him. I don't know. I'm sorry for that Bane impression. I tried. But when I think about this story, it doesn't really play up with the idea I thought it would be, and it's a 3-issue story. It has more pages, I think, than a regular comic. I don't know. I wasn't really counting the pages. I don't want to go back to that. I don't. But in my mind, when I heard there were 3 Jokers and that, you know, these 3 characters were going to be there, I'm like, okay, so maybe each one will sort of play off of the other. Their respective Joker, you know, maybe one did shoot Barbara Gordon, and one killed Jason Todd, and one just harasses Batman all the time, you know? And in a lot of ways, these 3 Jokers, you could argue, represent 3 different Joker stories. You know, We have one that represents the Killing Joke, one that represents Death in the Family, one that represents mainstream Joker. I think that's sort of the best way to go about that one. And my issue is I don't quite see how they reflect the heroes, And again, I think I came to the story expecting a different version, and Jeff Johns is on this. Jeff Johns has a pretty good track record, and I don't know, like you can see the really good story here. Like this, Jason's role as Red Hood and how he plays off the story, really great, really great. This feels like if this story were in continuity, we can see a new direction for Jason's character. He's going to this new level, and we go from there. Batgirl seems mostly unchanged. Barbara Gordon has she's sort of put on a bit of a pedestal here. Like, both Red Hood and Batman seem to have her in high regard, and the idea is that she's been able to reinvent herself after the events with the Joker. She's going to become possibly a better person, a better hero because of it. She hasn't let the Joker get her down, but at the same time, you sort of wonder, maybe that's not true. Like, you don't quite believe it as much. And how does Batman fit into this? Batman is sort of like almost a non-entity. Like, he's there, but he's not really there. Like, seeing Joker and Jason interact is, I think, much stronger for the story. Could we just have had Jason here and see him deal with the Joker and him putting his trauma behind him, which he did in Red Hood and the Outlaws, but, whatever. Or just see Batgirl have more time with, dealing with the Jokers. Batman just sort of seems to be not entirely on the sidelines, but trying to figure out the bigger mystery in play here. Is also trying to sort of help Jason. Like, really, the idea seems to be that the three Jokers did consider Barbara Gordon and Jason Todd to be the next Joker. It just didn't work out. Then they bring up a really cool idea of Joe Chill. Maybe he could be the next Joker. And to see how Batman plays off that, it's actually really great. Like, issue 3, in my opinion, is really about all three of them. Batman, Batgirl, and Red Hood. And that's a great story. I really liked it. I didn't quite like the ending, but the ending was really a really great Batman moment. And really sort of addressed the idea that it doesn't matter where the Joker came from. It just doesn't. I've never thought it mattered. Just accept the dude exists, alright? He's a clown that's voiced by Mark Hamill, Joe DiMaggio, played by Heath Ledger. Come on, it just doesn't matter. Those are really great choices. Joaquin Phoenix has been the Joker. Okay, there's no real consistency. Every origin doesn't matter. But, again, I don't quite know how I really want to feel about this story. Because, again, I think the first and third issue are really great. The middle sort of kind of all, I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. It sort of misses the point of having three Jokers. But again, I don't care enough about the Joker to be upset about this, but I'm just sort of disappointed. I don't know. This is a really great story in itself. If you want a nice Joker story, there might be better stories, but this is still a good read. There are three Jokers here. Come on, it's a great gimmick in itself. Some great art here by Jason Fabok. And, yeah, I would say I would be more upset if I didn't read it. Probably. So anyway, with that in mind, we'll bring this video to a close here. If you're new to Bug Think Tank, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out some other videos, and I'll catch you all later. This is Bug Think Tank signing off. Thanks for watching, and as always, may your fandom serve you well.